Good Monday morning to you. Actually, Monday at 1 o'clock. I guess it's afternoon for all of us, even on the West Coast. I hope you had a great Father's Day weekend. It was fun getting together with all of my boys and their wives and families and grandkids and all of that stuff. So hopefully you had similar experiences and it was a good weekend for you. So I wanted to start out this next series. We're 4 days away from the boot camp. And the interesting thing about boot camps is that we have so many different people coming together and how to not only have a relationship like what we've been talking about over the last 5-6 days, but how to really have those people that we come in contact with come towards us. And that's where I've coined that phrase, becoming a people magnet. What is it that causes people to really gravitate to us instead of us having to chase people? I think everyone that would be on this call just loves. Thank you for the love. Thank you for being on the call, Eric. I appreciate it. But we just love chasing people, working and looking for people that we can, hey, Philip, how you doing? The idea here is to create a scenario to where people see us not only as interesting, like in the building of the initial relationships, but where their common connection to us would be. And the thing that is, I'm glad you're doing great, Philip. The thing that I look for is, what is it that makes me safe? And I think one of the major issues here is when we come into a relationship, we have that connection, we start uncovering the common elements that we could get with that person, with that organization about. But at the same time is that, okay, when do we have permission to start possibly solving that? And so the first thing is coming into that relationship without an agenda. When we don't have, the old adage was dollar signs in the eyes. People can really tell when we have an agenda that we want to press hard 3 copies and really have that end result that's all about us. But when we have no agenda and we have that safety factor that's built into it, that's when people really see us as someone they can trust. I've told the story about being at a networking event a number of years ago, and where there was one of the individuals was a woman in the financial planning industry, and she had the financial planning uniform on, the very dark suit, almost, I believe she didn't have a tie, but it was just the same colors. But the thing is as I was engaging with her, when she came up to me, she put out her hand and wanted to shake hands. Within 3 or 4 minutes of really just getting to know her a little bit, I had no agenda. What ended up happening was when we were finished with our conversation, I put out my hand to shake it. And she brushed it away and she said, "I would like a hug." And for me, that was a real big indication that I had breached the trust factor. I was no longer just somebody in the room that was wanting to have a transaction and seeing what I could get out of her. It really was that she could see that I was wanting to find out who she was, what she wanted, and then how to facilitate those needs, whether it would be for me or not. But that wasn't the end of the story. The end of the story is a few minutes later, I started feeling I was speaking with someone else and I felt a presence behind me. And I glanced back and here she was with 2 other individuals, and she just looked up. I told these people they needed to know you. And so people were starting to bring me people to meet and to start having that same kind of interaction. And so the only thing that I know of to be able to really get good at this is not something that's in our head, but it's in practice. And there's networking events all around. When you go to an event, everyone that's coming to my event, this is a great place to practice this and to get good at it. But when you come up, just clear your mind. We talked last week about active listening. It is connected to that, because when we're totally dedicated to the person that we are listening to with no agenda, you will become a people magnet. So we're going to be continuing this conversation along how to really integrate this into your selling model, if you will, and to where this is just so natural and normal that you will have people calling you because you're so unique out there in the business world. So thank you guys. Again, I hope you had a wonderful weekend. www.breakthroughbusinessmastery.com. We've got 18 tickets now available for the boot camp before it's sold out. So just looking forward to seeing those of you that are going to come to the event. But also, thank you so much for everyone coming out at the 1 o'clock Facebook Lives. These have become a lot of fun for me to do. So have a great day, and we will see you on the Facebook Live tomorrow. Have a great one. Talk to you later. Thank you for the love. Bye.